Hey Gemini, welcome to Basic Bitch Tarot. This Basic Bitch welcomes you. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the bell so you know when I read for your sign. You can check the description below to find out how to contact me for personal readings. I absolutely love reading for you one-on-one. I love connecting with you personally as well as collectively like this in the hive. We're going to do Celtic cross messages on my channel. I toggle back and forth between love messages and Celtic cross messages because I don't want us focusing just on these external relationships in our lives. While they do mirror back to us who we are as people, sometimes we miss that. And we need these Celtic cross messages where we integrate, you know, the sign we were born into and integrate it with our sun and moon sign, so that we know what's going on within ourselves on a deeper level. I think that's so important. So that's what this reading is going to be about for the week of September 2nd through the 7th. Kittens, I'm doing a giveaway to help, you know, promote and grow the channel. I've been reading tarot a long time, over 20 years, but this is a new channel for me. When I get to 1,000 subscribers, it will unlock the amount of content I can share with you, and it will give me more capabilities to interact with you. So I'm doing a promotion this month of September. I'm giving away the Game of Thrones deck. I have 3 unopened decks. If you want to be part of the giveaway, please subscribe to the channel and then leave a comment letting me know you want to participate. I'll use a pendulum to help me decide which viewer gets them. And yes, I'll send them to you. I'm loving it. I vibe with these cards. I don't watch this show and I've never read the books, but something about these cards amaze me. And I think you guys will really like them. So that's the giveaway for this month. If the messages don't resonate with you, check the sun, your sun and moon sign, or you can contact me for a personal reading, or you can check another channel. Please understand, instead of just giving readers a thumbs down because you didn't like the way the message went, you don't need to hate the messengers, watchers and cross watchers. Just understand there are 8 billion people on the planet and we can't hit it for everyone, okay? And that these are general messages, loose. Different Gemini on the planet will play out these scenarios and the details of their traits in different ways. Okay, capiche? Capiche. Let's get into it, kittens. I'm excited for you. Universe, it's your basic bitch here. Universe, for Gemini, please. For Gemini, those born on Earth between May 21st and June 20th, for Gemini. Celtic cross, general messages moving into the first week of September, September 2nd through the 7th. For Gemini, please. For Gemini. Geez, Gemini, your guides are coming in fast, coming in already. How little haphazard. Classic Gemini energy, love it. For Gemini, please, universe. For Gemini, first week of September. For Gemini, deep sun, moon, soul messages. For Gemini. That's it. Thank you, universe. Thank you, angels. Thank you, Gemini. You, what's crossing you, helping or hurting you? What's driving you? The past. What's crowning you? What your mind's on a lot? The future. Internal influences that you're bringing to the table, external influences that others around you are bringing to the table, hopes and fears, and a final outcome. At the bottom of the deck, we've got 4 of Swords in reverse. Having any health issues at all? This is a forced stop. Going into September with a forced stop. 4 of Swords needs to go within. 4 of Swords needs to pray. It needs to meditate. It needs to rest, relax, contemplate, and recuperate. In the reverse, it's telling me you didn't have a choice. It's exhaustion. It's burnout. It's also a deep contemplation and a bit of a stagnation. That's okay. We're complicated adults, right? To all things there is a season. Might be in a pause right now coming into September, a hangman moment. Taking a pause, stepping back, observing a situation within your life, deciding if it's a sacrifice worth making or not. And I also have the Six of Swords here, which tells me that you're kind of trying to move away slowly from a situation. Slowly, calmer, better days. Just to calmer waters. But that's just the reading within the reading, Gemini. That was the past. This is now. Let's get into the tea, kids. The Empress, Eight of Swords in reverse, Judgment. Need to make decisions. Yes. Yes. Okay. 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 Wow. Wow. This is neat. This is cool. Let's talk about it. So at the center of it all, Gemini, we've got the Empress. This is often a Libra energy, but I do not read this situationally. If you interpret these cards, Gemini, as a person in your life or you in a situation, that may or may not be true. But what you need to understand is if we bring certain people or certain situations into our lives, it's because on a deep soul level, we want to embody that, or it's come to us to challenge us. So we've got Empress energy is what you're moving, what you're vibing as you come into September. This is Libra Taurus energy. It's a divine feminine, whether you're a man or a woman, really wanting to get into your divine feminine. It's beautiful, it's nurturing, it's abundant, and it's creative. The Empress is a little bougie. The Empress is fertile. Some of you might be pregnant even. The Empress is the queen of all queens. She's the embodiment of the pentacles, the swords, the wands, and the cups. And when you put it all together, you get this warm, creative flow, really taking care of it all. It's just this wonderful energy to be embodying right now. This is a very mothering energy. This is a very nurturing energy. You may feel the need to really strongly, compassionately connect to your family, your children. It also suggests that you really want to connect with nature, possibly. Feeling the vibes of fall coming in, this heat lifting for a lot of us in different parts of the U.S. And it's asking you to be more grounded and more in touch. Grounded in touch, loving and nurturing. That's the vibe you're feeling right now. If it's another person in your life, that's the vibe that they're bringing towards you, but it's causing you on a deep soul level and even in your sun level to want to mirror that and reflect it back. There's no better placement for it. It's lovely. What's blocking you though is some self-limiting beliefs. The Eight of Swords is about limiting beliefs. It's self-limiting. There's an inner critic happening inside of you, a need to release the negative. And Eight of Swords is starting in reverse, is starting to do that. What's in its Eight of Swords in reverse is opening to new perspectives so that you can let go of the anxiety and become this butterfly that just releases and opens and flies away. That's crossing you right now, Gemini. So your self-limiting beliefs are getting in your own way of fully embodying this Empress energy. You need to let go of your inner critic, and you need to release negative thoughts, and you need to allow yourself new perspectives on situations in your life, any situation this week. What we've got, what's driving you here is judgment. Judgment. It's more Libra energy. Libra is an idea, okay? Judgment is an idea. It's the scales. And when judgment comes, when we embody this energy, we listen to an inner calling. We have an absolution in our thoughts and feelings. It's about rebirth, and it's quite literally about passing judgment. Right now, you may be going into the first week of September feeling the need to go within and trust your intuition. to pass judgment on certain situations, and to know exactly how you think and feel about them. And it doesn't have any self-doubt. It releases its inner critic in the upright, and it's listening to a call. Judgment asks you to trust your intuition and really know what you think and feel about things. Feeling very decided, clear-cut, balanced. It's also can be in Western astrology and in Vedic like a reconciliation of some kind. It can be considered the marriage card, but that's very situational. What's driving you right now is this need to really trust your intuition and have a rebirth of some kind in some part of your life. You're being called to make a decision and to be absolute and sure about something. In the past, you've been in the reverse in that way. Again, more Libra energy here for you. Your brothers and sisters within the air signs, because Gemini is an air sign, really calling to you. In the past, you may have had problems making a decision and trusting your intuition, because the Two of Swords in reverse is indecision, confusion, information overload. In the past, recent past, you may have encountered a stalemate in some part of your life. When you close your eyes and allow this judgment, the feeling of judgment and your own judgment to fill you, you'll let go of those limiting beliefs, and this Two of Swords will flip right into the upright. You'll be able to balance those swords. See the sun, you'll be able to see the sun that's underneath this moon that's eclipsing it, and you'll know what to do. But that was in the past. Just a little unsure, a little indecisive. This judgment here in your deep-seated drive is telling me that you've probably gotten over that. Also with the World here, I may be seeing court cases or something of some kind, but it's not justice. Judgment can be legal proceedings of some kind, or something or someone passing judgment on you, or you yourself. What we've got crowning you is the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. This is the Wild Unknown deck, and I love the way it's portrayed here. Wheel of Fortune in reverse is telling me that what you're thinking about a lot is you're not entirely sure what direction you're going in. Things might feel a little slow. You might feel as though you've hit a stroke of bad luck in certain ways lately, Gemini. Just things just happening out of the blue that you're like, what? That was so crappy. Like a blown out tire, locking yourself out of the house, missing an opportunity, or your wheel just turning slowly, not quite the direction you want it to go in. But what the Wheel of Fortune in reverse is telling me is that you're trying to break some old cycles for yourself. And it also tells me that you're a little resistant to change right now. Maybe if there are things happening around you that are causing you to have limiting beliefs and have this inner self-critic, it's blocking up the flow of your wheel. You might be hanging on to some past issues that are just keeping you from moving forward. But the good news is this is on your mind. The fact that your wheel might not be turning the way you want it to, you're aware of it. Gemini is aware of it. Allow yourself to accept change. Allow yourself to face that there may be some cycles in different parts of your life that you're trying to break. And I think that you are. Like, I can feel Gemini being aware of that. And this is good. The wheel doesn't always spin the way we want it to. If it were meant to, it would. It's not always. You're thinking about these cycles that you want to break away from. You're aware of your resistance to the change. Keep thinking about it. You've got a forced stop moment. Might have even been a health thing where, like, you don't have a choice. You have to rest, you know? But with these Four of Swords in the reverse, you're in deep contemplation, and it's also a little bit of a stagnation. Wheel of Fortune in reverse is a little stagnant as well. During your time of rest, if you're taking the rest you need, Gemini, Think about your wheel and which way you want it to turn. Let go of those limiting self-critical beliefs, and that will happen for you. What we've got in the future is getting so close to wrapping up and completing a cycle of some kind. The world in reverse is a completion. It's a travel towards an accomplishment and an integration of many things, which wraps up and closes off a cycle for you. When it's in the reverse, what it tells me is moving forward. You may be trying to complete a cycle this week. The reason the world is in reverse is there are just some delays. There are some external factors blocking it up. Wheel of Fortune in reverse also is about delays and external forces. Even so much so that, like, it's mentioned in the traditional Rider-Waite that, like, if the Wheel of Fortune's in reverse, bad weather's keeping you from moving forward. Same with the world. Like, there could be external things in your life that are keeping you from completing a cycle. And when it's in the reverse, it's telling me, more importantly to you, moving through this month, you're seeking personal closure in certain ways, and there may be some delays. Also, be on the lookout that you're not looking for shortcuts, because when the wheel or the world's in reverse, a lot of times we want a shortcut to get to this completion. The completion and the integration that happens for us once we attain these accomplishments and we have this world moment, there are no shortcuts to that. If you let go of your limiting beliefs, you won't have to worry about using any shortcuts. You will come to a completion. You'll integrate all you've learned, and you can move on to that Fool moment, the Fool, that new leap, that new start. It'll happen. There's maybe just some stuff in the way this week, okay? Internal influences, things within you that you're bringing to the table this week. We have the Page of Wands in reverse. And what this is telling me, Gemini, is that you have some newly formed ideas. You might have a redirection of your energy this week, but you're still hanging on to some self-limiting beliefs, okay? Just like this Eight of Swords. And the Page of Wands, in a more literal sense, is the herald of communication. It's in the reverse. So you might be, you're embodying or bringing towards you this Empress energy, this warm, giving, nurturing, compassionate energy. That's what you're vibing, but you might not be able to communicate it very well. Things are moving slowly for you for whatever reason, because you're coming into the month with a forced stop, deep in your thoughts and feels, heavy contemplation, whether you want to or not, maybe bringing in a little bit of indecision. This is your past, but if you're carrying any indecision and a lack of an ability to act, it will slow down our ability to communicate our fiery, passionate ideas. Because the page is, in the upright Page of Wands, is inspired. It's got a limitless potential. It's a very free spirit, and it's full of new ideas. In the reverse, maybe you're a little contemplative about these ideas. Maybe you're not sure the direction you want to put forth your energy and your fire. This is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Maybe just feeling a little less inspired right now. Not sure what to do with this energy. You want to do something with it. You're just going to have this moment of maybe less communication and communicating more with yourself, going within, feeling this figure 8, that means anything to you in regards to communication. And you're just going to redirect that energy. Not sure where to put your fire right now. What others are bringing to the table is maybe a little bit of need. This is the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So the Nine of Pentacles is about, in the upright, it's abundant luxury, it's self-sufficiency, financial independence. This is a single person, self-made man or woman. In the reverse, the external influences in your life might be focusing a little bit more on their own self-worth. They might be overly dependent upon you, or they may over-invest in you. Nine of Pentacles in reverse is thinking about this, but watch for hustling. There's no other way to say it, like watch for a hustle. Because when these people show up in your life in the upright, these people don't need any help. In the reverse, it suggests, I don't want to go so far as to say codependence, but external forces in your life might really make you feel like they need you right now. They need your help. They need your time. They need your energy. They might even need your money. I'm not getting a negative vibe off of it, but the external forces in your life, the reason that's playing out the way it is for them is because they need to work on their own self-worth, and they might have invested in things that they shouldn't have, and they're not able to build up their nest egg. So you may have people around you this week that need a lot from you because they're not as independent as you might be, or they will appear that way. It's not bad or wrong. These people just need to focus on their own self-worth and what they invest their time and money in. And, you know, anything, it's your time, it's your money, it's your health, it's anything you consider spending. They're maybe saying they need help with their own nest egg. Be on the lookout for that. Hopes and fears is, this is actually a card that I'm not surprised to ever see in hopes and fears. It's the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. And what this tells me is, you're wondering so Eight of Pentacles in reverse sort of stares at its work blankly and says, I'm burning the candle at both ends. What am I working for? Work feels stagnant right now. What I'm working towards, I'm not sure what I'm working towards. So this placement is easy to interpret for me. Gemini is maybe hoping that it's investing its time and its money and its energy into the right things. And you might be worried that you're not. Maybe that's this indecision that you were bringing in, trying to wrap up a cycle of some kind. It's good that this card is right here, Gemini, because what it's telling me is you're really wondering, what are you investing in? Is this right for me? Take a pause and decide. That might be why your Wheel of Fortune is in reverse and your World Moment is in reverse. If you embody this compassionate side and nurture yourself and the people around you and the situations around you that deserve that, and you let go of these limiting beliefs, really settle into your own judgment and trust yourself, you will, and redirect that passion. I'm sensing Gemini isn't quite sure what it's passionate about right now, and that's why work feels a little stagnant. To all things, there is a season. Allow yourself during this forced stop to go deep within and decide, am I investing in the right things? Heavy, right? Heavy. But look what we're going to get to by the 7th. Holy crow. Empress and Emperor. These two together tell me, Gemini, that moving into the second week in the middle of September, you are going to fully embody, if but for a moment, your divine feminine and your divine masculine. The Emperor and the Empress are the king of all kings. You are going to start to feel great about yourself. Okay? It's authority, it's establishment, it's structure, and it's a father figure. The Emperor is completely in control of all the things in its life, and it's able to delegate carefully, embodying that divine masculine father figure within you. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. You're going to get that mommy thing down, and you're going to get that daddy thing down too. Nothing could be better and more beautiful and balanced, Gemini. And this tells me that you might take on some kind of a leadership role in your life. The Emperor is a powerful leader. It demands respect. It has authority, status, recognition might be essential to you. Getting comfortable in this leadership role, but always fair-handed, fatherly figure feelings in your life, or you may bring this energy close to you. really examining rules and regulations. And the emperor creates the laws in its own life and applies it accordingly, okay? It also signifies like knowledge and expertise, and through the course of your life, you've gained valuable wisdom and life experience. You may find yourself in a teaching role, a coach role, like a boss, or just a good friend who likes to take what they've learned and pass it on to others in this very wise and powerful way. This might be the people in your life that need you a little bit more than you need them, and that's such a beautiful energy to embody. This is great. This is great, you guys, to see this Emperor and Empress. You'll get this Wheel of Fortune to flip back into the upright, and you will, one way or another, you will get some closure, at least externally, but it's up to you to have personal closure. The World in Reverse is about a personal closure and completion. All you need to do is direct that passion that you might be lacking right now. Let's get some guided messages and advice for this first week in September. This is my Oracles of Light deck. I associate this with my Divine Feminine. And these angels vibe so strong with me, and they love us so much. Oracles of Light. For Gemini, can you come into my room here with me now for Gemini and give them some advice? They're already here for you. They're bursting to give you the advice. I can feel them. They're like, we're here, basic bitch. Just a few more, please. This one, yes. Ooh, I feel good tingles about that one. Oh, and this one too. Wow, these cards are popping out for you. They really want to talk to you, Gemini. They feel wonderful too. So, align your life. What is not aligned or needs to be changed? The Wheel of Fortune in reverse is asking you this too. You need a realignment to get this wheel to start spinning in the upright, going in the direction you go. The Two of Swords in reverse suggests that you're coming into the month needing alignment as well, and so does Judgment. You're already thinking about that, which is wonderful. Deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. Holy shit, reflecting. The Four of Swords in reverse is a deep replenishment and a need for it, a need to retreat, a need to rest for whatever reason. The Four of Swords is a forced stop. And when you don't stop and take your breaks when you need to, guess what happens? Your soul freaking forces it upon you. The Oracles of Light are begging you to do this. Deep replenishment is necessary this week. You need to rest. You need to retreat. You need to be held. Let the people in your life close to you give you a good squeeze and a hug. You need to let your own soul hold you as well. Meditate on that. See yourself coming into a room and just picking yourself up and holding yourself. I actually do this, and it feels wonderful. Your own soul is there for you, and so are these angels. You need that rest. Get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitives, connect to nature. Are there people around you that are empathic or highly sensitive? You need to spend time with them. They'll help you get grounded. If you have empathic tendencies and you are highly sensitive, you need to connect to that part of yourself. Also connect to nature. The Empress connects strongly to nature. What's going on there? Gemini, leave me comments and talk to me about these moments. You're really drawn to the earth right now. I'm like smelling green grass. I'm seeing the leaves turn. I'm seeing Gemini spending time outside. Men and women, I'm having visions of all these different people, all different ones of you out there, getting really grounded and connecting with nature. For whatever reason, your soul and the angels are wanting you to do that. Believe it or not, that is one of the best ways to get alignment. If I can't figure out what to do with my life, if I go outside, take my shoes off and put my toes in the grass and breathe in deeply, no shit, you guys, the answers come to me. We're on earth for a reason. Let Mother Earth ground you. Connect to yourself through nature. It sounds like it won't help, but I frickin' promise you it will. It's a thing. Awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, and integration. The world moment is calling to you for integration. They're saying you are having an awakening. you will experience an integration and a completion of something, but you need to let that energetic upgrade happen. Four of Swords is also, if you allow it to, and you meditate and go deep within during your forced stop rest moments, you will have awakenings. And this Page of Wands that isn't quite sure what inspires it and has a bit of an inability to communicate and direct its energy, it will turn into the upright. Allow for integration. Don't fight an awakening to a new way of thinking. Have a strong Christian archetype coming out. This came out for Libra, or another sign too. It's Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, and a divine plan. What this archetype is trying to tell you, Gemini, that a seed has been planted in a part of your life right now that's laying foundations for something far greater for you. No matter what's happening in your life, sure, your Wheel of Fortune might feel in reverse. Sure, you might feel not quite sure and what you're passionate about. Yeah, you might feel like you're not sure what you're working for. Others in your life are calling you to be the emperor. You yourself are. This emperor and this empress, it's laying a foundation. Whatever you're going through right now is part of a bigger, diviner plan for yourself. That kind of gives me chills. But first, you must let go of limiting self-beliefs and your inner critic and allow for that awakening to happen. Wow, Gemini, what a good reading for your sun's soul messages. Leave comments if you want to enter for the Game of Thrones deck giveaway. Connect with me on a personal level. You're just one of my favorite air signs. You're so delightful. Nothing makes me happier than to gab with a Gemini. I'm a Libra, so we match each other in convo. All the Gemini in my life delight me. I love you, Gemini. I will be listening to the universe for you, okay? I'll see you next time.